Oh, my goodness. Great Scott. We made it to the future by one day.
And now it's time for the Mailbag segment. Coming back to the episode of the Boochow Radio Podcast, we have Amuia, Raggedstar, and Crash Jack Fan 1994.
Hi.
Hey, welcome to the show, buddy.
Great Scott. He must be from another point of the future. Because I did not predict this. Great Scott. The future is changing. What's your name again? Ratchet Jake 94.
We just, for short, we call him CGF.
Yes.
CGF. CGF. Okay.
Well, cool. since you didn't make it through the.
All right, and don't worry about the time travel, guys, because I take a trip in my TARDIS every day.
Oh, okay. I mean, sure, you have a cool box that you can travel across the universe, but we got a aluminum metal DeLorean, so yeah. It's also eco-friendly. You just put trash in the back and it has energy.
Alright, CGF, since you haven't made it you're only making it through the last minute of the show, how about you be the one reading the questions here?
We have 3 questions from Golden Guy 43. First question: what's your opinion on memes?
You guys know what memes is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
ain't nobody got time for that. Grumpy cat? Where'd you get that wand, girl? That's other meme. Okay, never mind. Wait, what was the question? Thoughts on memes?
Yeah.
I think they're quite entertaining. They're just another, something that started out simple and small and turned out to be this bigger thing. I mean, it's just good fun. I mean, first there's some terrible memes that I think are really unnecessary, but other times there are like some really catchy memes that make people kind of famous or iconic, like the overly attached girlfriend, for example.
Dude, if I didn't like memes, then I wouldn't be opening this forum site, would I?
Yeah, never mind then. I think they're awesome.
Yeah.
They're funny. They're so mad funny. Like, kill it with fire or something.
Don't overuse them, I guess, is the main thing to hammer home.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that's my opinion. If they don't overuse them, I like them unless they get overused.
Well, what else can be said? I enjoy memes. There are a few that I hate. I'm not going to name any right now, but I enjoy them, especially those rage comments.
The weird thing about memes is when I first saw them, I didn't understand what the heck they were. Like, I remember in City of Heroes, they have these things called costume contests, and you take a character, and the theme was memes. And I was thinking, how the hell do you make a hero based on memes? To me, that didn't make any sense. There are some people who pulled it off, like Awkward Penguin, that one guy from those Old Spice commercials. I mean, yeah, it was not so bad.
Question number 2: what's your guilty pleasure games?
Seriously, we answered this question multiple times on the previous episode on the Boochow Radio Podcast. I'm not again.
Wait, guilty pleasure games?
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright, since I already answered and some of us already answered, how about the ones who haven't answered their favorite guilty pleasure in games to answer?
I don't have one.
For me, I have one, and I am ashamed to this day for even getting a console for it. Dead or Alive Volleyball Extreme.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
I'm sorry. I was even willing to buy a pirated Xbox from Singapore just to play that game, okay?
Oh my god.
I was
Jesus.
I was in 7th grade. I was a pre-adolescent boy. Growing, and I was like, oh, boobs. Digital boobs. There wasn't too much jiggly dynamics, which I was kind of disappointed at.
Moving on.
I don't
Can we
know.
move
Girl with
on?
purple hair.
What about you, CJF?
I don't have any guilty pleasure games. All the other games I've played, I like or didn't enjoy that much.
All right. Do want to say that I think last time we were asked this question, I said that I didn't have any, and now I realize that the closest thing that I probably have to that is Lollipop Chainsaw.
Good game, man.
All right.
I know it's the closest thing that I have, but I don't really have any.
All right. Next question.
All right, last question from Golden Guy 43 is, what is your favorite creepypastas?
Creepy what?
Creepypastas. You know those videos where they...
Oh, yeah. I learned it from you, Gexup. I mean, like, I've never really... I mean, I'm not too familiar with it. All I remember was the Zelda, like, Majora's Mask creepypasta.
Tell you the truth, that's actually the only one I liked because it actually felt real.
Yeah. Same here. I mean, a creepypasta, like, by definition, what is it?
Okay, it's like it's like when they take they make a video. It's like a video. It's like, okay, they take a video game, they make they reprogram it or ROM it, and then all they did was just like make a creepy story out of it. And Amuia, you're gonna be pretty creeped out with some creepypastas, but since I already know that they're fake, my suspensions of disbelief is not even there. But here's the thing. They even have like Sonic creepypasta that would just scare Sonic fans so much that they don't even want to play Sonic 1 anymore. And I think that's pretty funny.
Let me guess, the Tails doll?
Yeah, something like that. Or was it what was that one part where Sonic, that Sonic was completely evil and then all he was chasing like Tails and Knuckles that they can't win?
Wait, I think I've heard of that one.
Yeah, every time you get caught it says, "Want to try again?"
Oh, wait. Yeah, I've heard of that. I think someone made a top 10 urban legends in video games.
Yeah, but nothing will be as compelling to me than the Majora's Mask did binge round. That one was quite nerve-wracking.
You shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I mean, like, already Majora's Mask was a fucking creepy game, but then later on when you make like a ghost story that really made me thought it was real. Jeez, that was creepy as all hell.
Am I wrong about this, but didn't Slender start off as a creepypasta?
No, Slender is a real game. We're talking about like it was hacked.
Like something that looks like a haunting in a regular game. Something that's like paranormal activity, but in a video game or something like that.
And something that looks like it's a cursed video game.
I guess the closest thing I know to creepypasta then is something, I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, called DayZ.
DayZ?
Yeah.
It's
a mod.
They took, some modders took a shooter and turned it into a zombie survival, but it's like so intense. You have to watch your food, you have to watch your ammo. It's like realistic zombie stuff.
And everyone wants to kill you.
Yeah.
Does that include... Wow. Wait, does that include regular people?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and you can either choose to trust them or kill them on the spot. Most people kill them on the spot.
Alright, Golden Guy 43, we just read your mail. Boochow!
Boochow.
Alright,
Boochow.
next question.
Alright, we have 3 questions from Key099 Abel. Question number 1. How many of you have played To the Moon? You are allowed to shout the part from Brental Floss Moon theme with lyrics.
I don't like the floss. To the Moon is an indie game, and it's. I played it. I liked it. It's very story driven.
It is very story driven, but I was quite underwhelmed with this game. That's all I can say.
Cool.
So
all I can say is I kind of like Brental Floss, but I don't know the game, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know it either. I haven't played it.
I liked it.
I liked it too, but it's not really something I would call like absolutely something I want to go back to playing again and again. That's all I can say.
Of course, it's not the kind of game you would play again and again.
Yeah.
Let's see, question number 2. What do you think about Eidos Square Enix Western published games since 2010? Like Just Cause 2, Deus Ex Human Revolutions, Hitman Absolution, Sleeping Dogs, and the Tomb Raider reboot. And are you looking forward to the Thief reboot?
The Thief. I'm actually looking forward to that. That looks like a beautiful setting and game.
Did you
Granted,
Did you ever play the original Thief? Any of you guys?
Nope.
Nope.
Never
Nope.
heard of it until
Oh man, that's like one of the first games up there with Metal Gear Solid that invented the stealth genre. Except that this one was in first person and plays like System Shock 2.
Wow.
interesting.
Oh man,
Cool.
how did you? Oh man, I implore everybody to check out Thief because it is just revolutionary for its time, and it's really challenging in terms of its stealth gameplay. It also spawns sequels that are probably better than the original, but this is the game that I think I'm happy that it's having its own reboot, just for the sake that it's it's been so long since anybody has picked up a Thief game, and it'll be a great introductory for everybody. But for the rest of the games that Square Enix and Eidos has made in the Western publishing, well, to be honest, Just Cause 2 was actually one of our favorite games in 2010. Deus Ex Human Revolution, that was a great comeback. Sleeping Dogs, I have not tried. And Tomb Raider 2003, I refuse to pick it up, sorry.
2013.
Yeah, 2013.
I haven't played any of them, so I have no opinion.
Same here.
Let me guess, Amuia's going to defend Tomb Raider.
I will say, no joke, I know people on the podcast make fun of me before it came out, but honestly, I do believe that as of right now, Tomb Raider is the second best game of the year behind BioShock. And I'm looking forward to the Thief reboot, and I heard people say that's going to be a lot like Dishonored, and I loved Dishonored.
Okay. All right, next question.
Next question. This is an odd one. Have you ever thought about having a real mailbag, or at least an It's Tailtime.net Steam account that any administrator can play on, so I can send games to?
So he's asking us to have an either real mailbag or give us a Steam account for itstailtime.net.
Isn't it you're not allowed to share Steam accounts?
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's true.
Stop sending games and such. Like, he's already sent me games, so it might be best to just go for a personal Steam account.
You mean you have an actual contact on Steam with Key99 Able?
He sent me Spec Ops The Line.
Nice.
Wow, I'd say for now, probably best for everyone's privacy and stuff. Just if you want to send someone something, send them a PM.
Yeah, I mean, like, having a real mailbag, that means we're going to have to wait for months for your mail to finally arrive, because here's the thing about, like, sending mail from one country to Japan, to some country to Japan, they take forever to finally reach here. I mean, like, if you order something on eBay or you're waiting for an actual mail, unless they're at the same country as you are, we're gonna have to be waiting for like a long time for it to finally arrive.
Yeah, and if you guys know of the site Amazon.com, back when I was in Japan and I used to order stuff from it, it would take at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
2 weeks isn't bad. It's not practical for a bag.
Unless you live in the States, like if you live like in another country, of course it's gonna take long. I mean, the only time it'll ever be quick is if you live in the States, and everyone lives internationally, like in different parts of the world, like Canada, Japan, various parts of California. I think we even have a guy who's in Finland and like at some point in South America. Hanu?
Yeah, the one from Finland.
Well, this guy is from Finland as well.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
from Finland as well. All right, but I would have to say that I admire his Key99 Abel's generosity, but I kind of feel guilty in the sense, like, if I get free games, because programmers they spent a hell of a time trying to those games come to a reality, and B, I don't know, know. I feel fucking spoiled and guilty for the sake that I'm getting something that I should have paid for. I mean, like, I only accept something free if if it was like a face-to-face present, like a birthday present or Christmas present or like an ultimate celebration of something I accomplished. But I don't know. I admire the generosity from Key 99 Abel, but free games? I think that's asking a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of cautious about that because I always feel guilty about taking stuff from people.
I got a question. Did you feel pretty guilty that you finished Spec Up the Lines, but,
Well, I had to ask him just in case it was an accident or just to be sure that he knows what he's doing.
All right. So you didn't get any trouble for that, did you?
No, he did it on purpose.
Okay. All right. Key 99 Abel, we just read your mail. Boochow!
Boochow.
Boochow. Boochow.
How about the rest of you two? Are you guys going to say Boochow?
Oh,
I
sorry.
said Boochow.
Boochow.
Ragged?
What?
Boochow.
I never say it.
Come on!
No.
Aww.
Oh.
That's
That's so adorable. You could try. Well, we could take baby steps. You could say boo. Then next time you could say chow. Boo chow. It's all good.
Say it in spirit.
Spirits.
That's good enough.
All right. We have a 2-step program. You will have to go through the boo training and the chow certification. Nation.
All right, next person.
All right.
Anyway, next.
We have 3 questions from Jack 281. Question number 1: Saints Row 2 or Saints Row 3? Let's see.
I don't play them.
Wait,
sorry. Continue.
well, he says Saints Row 2 because he likes gangster stuff.
Well, I say for me Saints Row 2 as well, because like when Saints Row 3 came out, it was kind of gimmicky and it was trying to be more like a slapstick joke. It was trying to be different from Grand Theft Auto, but considering like the things that was offered in like Saints Row 2, it had its own personality and distinctions that were different than Grand Theft Auto. I mean, I wish they didn't change too much because I felt they give up a little bit of their identity trying to be all wacky and stuff. But
Well, I guess to provide counterpoint, I prefer 3, honestly. I love the absurdity, and I love that's being cranked up to 11 for number 4.
For me, I'm gonna have to say Saints Row 3, just because I love professional the professional wrestling moves that they offered in that game.
Well, that and one of your enemies is a luchador.
Yeah, that's true.
oh yeah,
I don't know. It's just that like it has nothing so serious to handle. Just because the Saints Row series never told a compelling story, so the best you can do is just make fun of yourself, and then that way I can get amused by such entertainment. What about the rest of you guys?
to me, I thought it was like Grand Theft Auto could be like West Side, and maybe like Saint Rose can be like East Side.
Dude,
okay, I probably shouldn't go there though.
Dude, Grand Theft Auto went West Side. San
I know.
Andreas.
I'm trying to say the differences, kind of. Even though they did go to the West Side or East Side, now I'm getting confused.
Well, anybody got anything else to contribute before we move on to his next question?
No.
Who would win in a fight, Jack or Ratchet? That's pretty.
You know what? I asked that question a long time ago when I was doing my first poll.
You asked Ratchet versus Clank.
Oh, never mind. Of course, Ratchet. Look at all the gear he has.
I'd say Ratchet, but just because I think he's more scrappy.
Yeah, not to mention Ratchet has been conquering, saving planet through planet, so that's automatically his victory.
I mean, no one's gonna root for Jake. I mean,
it's Jack. Jake.
Yeah.
Jake. What?
No, I said Jack. I said Jack.
You said Jake.
Said Jake.
No, I did not, man. What are you talking about?
All right, Bill Clinton. Deny.
Oh, he got you there, Highwings.
Hey, they still forgave him, and his wife ran for president. So I say he's okay in my book.
Anyways,
Alright.
I'm planning a video for this kind of question, so I can't really say anything.
All
I need to
right.
wait until I can be asked to actually make the video, since I've already made the script and everything. But whatever.
I guess Ratchet because of the rhinos.
Oh yeah, rip you a new one.
No, wait. I'll try to do the salesman's voice.
All right, here we go.
Rip ya a new one.
Holy shit!
What?
That was great.
Wow, really?
I know. It sounded just like the cutscene.
Oh, but
Holy moly.
Do it again.
okay. Rhino for you, robot. Trade ya.
I love that. Oh my god. Yeah, what was that one weapon that in Ratchet Deadlocked, where it's not like exactly a rocket launcher, but it's like a transmitter that acts like a rocket launcher, but instead you got like these hundreds of missiles that were
Carbon.
Carbon.
Oh, is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that one is by far the most deadliest weapon ever. If only if I remember that weapon a lot earlier, before I made my top 10 favorite weapons of Jak 3, in Ratchet and Clank. Oh my god, I would put that probably number one.
Oh, it's terrible.
Terrible. It's probably the most helpful thing ever.
It's one of my least favorite weapons in Ratchet and Clank.
Fine. What the hell was that? Oh god.
Whoa, oh my god. Whoa.
What the hell was that?
Jesus Christ. I think I almost pissed myself from hearing that.
Oh my god.
I got headphones on, man. It's freaking me out.
Yeah, I was wearing headphones as well.
I'm wearing headphones.
Me too.
I'm gonna go. Let's take a break. I'm gonna go to the restroom, man.
All right, go take a break.
I gotta be careful, dude. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I'm. Okay, well, you get the idea. I'll be right back.
You literally scared the piss out of him.
It scared him so much that he lost his own bladder control. Oh wow.
Anyway, we're not supposed to be talking about weapons.
All right. Next question.
All right. Last question. What do you guys think of Two Worlds 2? I'm asking because Angry Joe said it was great and Dragon's Dogma bought both games. Dragon's Dogma. Ugh.
What?
Sorry.
Okay, but seriously, Jak 281, you have an edit button, and you know what that is for right now? That's for editing what you just wrote. And right now we're reading your mailbag, and it has really terrible grammar. There's no periods in your sentences, no commas, and all of them are all just one sentence. All of them are all one sentence. So we had a hard time trying to understand what you're trying to say. Seriously, it's part of the rules in it's tailtime.net to make sure that that you made your grammar sense. I mean, seriously, it makes me really upset to see that there are still people on the internet that can't type right. I don't care if it's a typo. Make it look like you're making a conversation. I mean, like, this is the second time in a row. This is the second time that we're getting upset with your mailbag questions. I'm sorry, but this is really getting me angered. And for that, I'm not gonna say Boochow for you. Next question.
I'll give you half. Boo.
Boo.
All right. Next set of questions are from T. McBee.
Hooray!
Hey.
Question number 1. How did you guys react to the news about Remember Me getting rejected by its publishers due to the protagonist being female?
It's incredibly sexist.
Yeah, and stupid, because Lara Croft proves that you can have a strong female as your main character.
Exactly. Even though I'm not a fan of Lara Croft, that doesn't mean that I'm against at all, female power. I mean, seriously, Remember Me looks incredibly ambitious. At least it's trying to do something that's absolutely nothing like all those generic games that's trying to be something that's popular.
Well, you say that, but Remember Me actually did get kind of so-so reviews because it didn't really bring a whole lot of new stuff to the table.
Yeah, but
But still, being female has nothing to do with it.
No, of course not.
I mean,
It's combat.
Bioshock Infinite. I kind of almost prefer Elizabeth to Booker.
Elizabeth is awesome.
Yeah.
I know.
She gets like powers, and Booker has a gun. Well, I mean,
Well, he gets his own type of powers, but
yeah, but
won't
it's
talk
not
about
as
any
awesome.
more of it because Gex hasn't finished playing it yet.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, I mean, I guess they're cool, but like, I don't know. I wish there was a cool option where you could also get to play as the chick. I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
See, we want to play as the girl.
You know,
So-
I always see Elizabeth like a grown-up version of the Little Sisters, even though that the previous Bioshock games has nothing to do with Bioshock Infinite as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, I kind of have to agree, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, but seriously, you know, rejecting Remember Me just because you have a female protagonist? You know, I hate it that the game industry thinks that all video games are for guys because, you know, they fail to realize that there's so many women who also play video games that also want to play the same woman that's in their demographic. And that's the reason why I'm not really too proud of video games, because of this not exactly dilemma, but this prejudice about like and stereotyping about like how video games are handled. And to me, I just really hate the fact that, like, you know, we don't even have that many memorable video game protagonists. They're all sex symbols. They have little character, and you know and sometimes they're only just henchwomen.
But on the flip side, we are starting to get good secondhand female characters like Elizabeth. What's her name? The girl from Walking Dead.
Clementine.
The new girl, Clementine. The new girl from Last of Us, and of course, the Ellen Page character from Beyond Two Souls coming up.
Yeah,
we're starting to get them.
Video game publishers are getting so sexist. I might as well just pick up Tomb Raider for the sake of equality. I'm not a feminist. I'm not a feminist whatsoever. I'm an equalist. You know, a person who believes that everybody has their own equal rights, regardless of background, sex, or any sets of differences.
You know, I have to agree on what you say about female video game characters. You don't see too many strong ones, but I think there's only a few that I think are like insanely good that I think could stand up on their own. Like the female version of Shepard from Mass Effect. I mean, it's kind of sad because, like, let's be honest, the voice actor for like the guy Shepard, he's kind of stoic, dull, and uninteresting, but when you hear like the female like voice Shepard, you know that like when she speaks, she means business, and you could just hear the intensity from the voice acting. It's just phenomenally different and good. I mean, I think she like upped the ante for the female version so much that like the cover for that they made like a female version of Shepard, and like the cover is interchangeable. Well, for the third game.
Even though I'm one of those guys, even though everybody knows my hatred for Mass Effect 3, I'll give them credit. At least they try to hype up female Shepard to be bigger than the male Shepard himself.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Question number 2. Was there a scene in a game that got you highly offended? Like scenes that were racist, sexist, extremely violent, homophobic, sexually inappropriate, and so forth?
What was the one of the most offensive?
There is a game that I highly offended by, and I can't believe it exists. The infamous Custer's Revenge.
Oh!
Oh my! Wait, that's a game. Someone made a. Wow.
Dude, if you don't know it, be glad it's very bad. It was for the Atari. It was for the Atari 2600, and it, even with low pixel graphics, it was still very offensive.
Are you talking about the one where he finds an Indian girl and he like goes towards it or
yes,
this is like
yes. Don't need to finish that sentence. Yes.
Okay, yep, then oh god, wow, that's... Who wouldn't get offended by that?
Hmm.
Dang. What kind of person thought that up? That's... Jeez, man.
I don't think I've ever been that offended by a game before. It takes except for the ones that are, really trying to offend. Like with Custer's Revenge, I guess is one of them.
I don't know. I get more offended by how publishers control their developers more than the content that most video games have to offer. I have to think about it.
While you think about that, there's another game that kind of offended me, but not too much. It's Dragon Age 2, but how lazy they dealt with their character relationships.
Oh, and wasn't there like a lot of homophobic material in that one?
Yeah, I'm not really too offended by that. I was just offended that each character can go both ways. I'm like, not everyone's like that. I mean, I thought it was just way too lazy and too convenient just to make each character bisexual in a way. It felt too easy, and I think Angry Joe got a little bit weirded out by that.
I was just saying that I just already said I don't think there's really been any game that has offended me.
I think I'm gonna go with Raggedstar because all I know is the content, but I never really played a game that really got me upset because they deliberately offended my my background and where I came from.
And guys, to be clear, she asked about scenes in games, not an overall.
Oh, yeah. Well, then again, okay, a scene in game.
But I still can't find. I still can't think of one.
I think there's a one in Grand Theft Auto where this mafia guy attached a baby to a brick and dumped it into water. I think I was just...
What game was that?
It was one of the old Grand Theft Auto games, Liberty City.
Oh, wow.
Grand Theft Auto the hell it wants. I've come to accept that.
Yeah, I know.
Case in point, hot coffee.
Well, I wasn't too offended by that. I was just amused, and I thought it was funny.
I was supporting that. Woo!
I didn't think it was that bad. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was just hilarious. People they hype things too much, and it was for the PC only. I didn't think that game deserved that much bashing, especially since it was a cool made game. I mean, it's kind of sad.
I was just using that as an example to back up Raggedstar's point about you come to expect that type of stuff with Grand Theft Auto.
I mean, the only thing that I would say it's offensive is basically if there's a plot hole that really tore up the storyline, or pretty much if there's a gameplay that totally bastardize what the series is known for. How we were all pissed off at the fact that XCOM was going to be a first-person shooter, and then all the old fans had to sign in and sign up a petition and say that no, we want the old gameplay back. Yeah, it takes a lot to do that.
Well, and to be fair though, they've retooled that, and the new game called The Bureau actually looks cool.
Damn crow! Sorry.
What?
Oh my god, it's still crowing.
Wait, there's a crow?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right next to my window.
You can't hear it?
Oh, Jesus.
I thought you were watching an exercise video or karate film that goes, everybody, one more time. Okay, your rope is there. Just push it. Just go through the motion. Don't worry. You're burning up right now, but soon you're going to get that runner's high. You'll be fine.
All right, I scared it away.
All right.
All right, now the final question.
Moving on.
Yeah, the final question.
Okay, final question. Which video game level / world would you want to take a summer resort to?
Oh!
That's a good question.
There's a lot of levels I liked in Super Mario Sunshine.
Wait, does it have to be a Mario level?
No, it said a video game world that you would love to take a summer break at.
You know what? I got one. Zora's Domain from Legend of Zelda.
Oh, nice. That's a good pick, buddy.
Yeah, oh my god. I would just go there for my character to relax. It just looked like, I imagine the waters would be warm, hot, and some jacuzzi and diving off the waterfall. It's awesome.
That's not a bad pick at all because, I like the environment of going inside this atmospheric cave and then diving down into a nice stream of water. Oh my.
It was beautiful
Yeah,
and serene.
Beautiful.
No, plus I thought like the Zora people look attractive. Granted, I realize now they look all unisex. But I thought there was one Zora with boobs, but then I realized they were man pecs or something. Okay, I think I've gone way too far. But
maybe I would like to change my answer. I would definitely like to take a resort in the Haven Forest from Jak 2.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
it's so beautiful. I just love the game's environment. It's just like it's dark, eerie, and after all seeing so much ugliness of what happened to the world in Jak 2, it's like finally we found something so magical and relaxing and stuff.
Hey, I have a question. Who would like to take a magical resort to Skyrim? A dry tundra wasteland with
You could just
hostile
play
people.
Skyrim and then don't have to take a resort at all.
Yeah. Skyrim is not too pretty. Even though it's a really cool game, I don't think I'd ever want to take a resort there.
Okay, how about the rest of you guys? It seems like it was just me and Highwings talking.
Let's see. I don't know. Maybe Hexaville from Gravity Rush.
So, I haven't played Gravity Rush. So what's Hexaville like?
There are 4 sections of Hexaville. There's the suburban area. Then there's also the entertainment district. Then the industrial section, and then a much more. And then there's like a huge city that you could just explore.
Personally, my favorite is going to be a bit of a cop-out, but I would probably go with Kamiki Village from Okami.
We know how much you love Okami, Raggedstar.
Yep.
All right. How about you, Amuia?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I know probably when the podcast is done, I'll think of something better.
All right.
I'll be like, oh, shoot, I should have chose that.
I know.
But right now, only thing that's coming to me, besides what you guys said, Wii Sports Resort.
Actually, that's not so bad. I think that's kind of cool.
Stuff to do.
Don't kill me. I still think the game sucks, but I would kind of like to go to the Chocobo Festival.
Okay. All right. T. McBee, we just read your mail. Boochow!
Boochow!
Ragged, would you like to say it to your best friend here?
What? Who's my best friend? What?
T. McBee.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Say ba-ba-ba-ba. Boo-boo-boo-boo. No?
Don't patronize me. I'm older than all of you.
Damn it!
Wait, really? I'm so curious. Should I ask? No, I shouldn't.
Be a gentleman.
No.
Be a gentleman.
Next set of questions are from Total Examination. All right. Question number 1. What is the video game fan base besides the Sonic fan base?
Nintendo.
Wow, that was fast.
Wait, what?
I'm sticking with it.
Out of curiosity, what makes you say Nintendo fanboys?
Probably it's just because I've been spoiled by a lot of them. So, a lot of the Nintendo fanboys I see they pretty much view Nintendo as doing no wrong. I mean, it's no problem with people who admit that Nintendo does have some failings, like with how Mario gets at least one game every year, and it's often the same kind of stuff.
And they even still buy it, right?
They still buy it. They still say it's perfectly fine. They don't think it's too many. They don't think that Nintendo should make any new IPs.
But to be fair, whoa! Oh my ear! All right.
Was a whale giving birth or something? What was that?
That's funny.
We got like an offshore transmission.
But to be fair, a Raggedstar, do the Nintendo fan base often make stupid fan fiction and fan art as much as the Sonic fan base do?
No, but it said beside the Sonic fan base, so.
Fine.
Yeah.
So wait, what was?
Second.
I had trouble hearing the question. What was the question again?
It says, what is the worst video game fan base besides Sonic fan base?
Oh, okay. Well, should I really hate the Xbox fan base or the Halo fanboys. I find them to be the most hard-headed, idiotic, and repugnant group of people. Like,
Yeah, those are the idiots that invented the word noob and also teabagging.
cheap. Oh
Dude,
God, I hate that.
My answer, probably
Alright.
even worse than Halo fanboys,
What?
but they're also shooter fanboys. The COD
Yeah.
fanboys.
Yes.
Too easy.
Too easy. Now it's really hard because here's the thing: I always judge everything on my by its merits, and I always try to make sure that hype is not in the way, which is the reason why I don't use the word overrated like every single person in the goddamn internet uses. Oh, Final Fantasy and the Kingdom Hearts fan base. These guys are probably are probably just as bad, if not worse, than the fucking fan fiction that they're all fucking obsessed with. I mean, for God's sakes, they're all fucking obsessed with Tifa's boobs, and I just really hate the fact that like these pathetic losers, they're the guys that just are obsessed with buying another Kingdom Hearts game when we could have had Kingdom Hearts 3 by now. You suckers are just buying all these spin-offs and all these random titles from Kingdom Hearts that has no rhyme or reason or anything to gain for the series, instead of like protesting for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Actually, I
Now-
think the 3DS one is actually story progression.
Fine.
Yes,
But
and,
still, it feels
to be
like
devil's advocate,
we're stuck in the same road.
hey, and I actually kind of want to play the new upcoming 1.5 remix.
No.
The thing is about this one is that you have a different game. It's the HD version of the final mix version that we never got here overseas, and you can skip the cutscenes. Yes.
Fine. All right. So, how about you, CJF? What is the worst worst fan base besides the Sonic fan base?
I think you guys pretty much covered up everything. So,
All right. Next question.
what are some games you'd recommend to a new PC gamer?
Portal for sure.
For me, Dragon Age and Oblivion, because they both have sides from the Nexus, and you can mod them pretty easily. If you have a powerful PC to play Skyrim on a PC, I say go for that. I mean, the content for that game is just insane. There's just so much quality content that could even go up to par with Bethesda's like official release content. I mean, it's just amazing.
I've been playing been using the PC since we got a family home computer when I was like 5 years old, and since then I've been playing both PCs, consoles, and handhelds. I'm an all-around gamer. But since you were asking me what PC games I recommend to a new PC gamer, System Shock 2, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, and Abe's Exodus. Let me see another one.
And you recommend System Shock 2 for a new PC gamer?
Yeah.
Why?
So that way they can understand what is the magic of PC gaming.
Maybe that should come later.
Fine.
Well,
Okay, but to a new PC gamer. Oh wait, I got one. Here's something that the console ports sucked ass on. The Sims.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I love Sims. I can't wait for Sims 4 coming out. Ugh.
If you can find a PC that can run them, I'd suggest SimCity too.
But whatever you
if-
do not get the recent Sim City because EA fucked it up the ass.
No.
Yeah, it
Newest
was
one-
awful.
Newest one that you should get if you go for SimCity is 3000. That's the newest one that you should go for.
No, how about Sim City 4? That was the newest one that was actually good.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I liked 3000.
Yeah, 3000 was the best.
If only
Okay.
if only SimTown was working. Sadly, that will never work. Because I don't happen to have a Windows 98 or Windows 95. That's the only way that game will ever run. Sadly.
Oh, and one more title. Skip Diablo 3 entirely because it's one of those games that requires you to have internet, and who knows when are you going to have Error 37. But but seriously, check out Diablo 2. Despite its primitive usage of sprites, it's still an amazing game because Diablo 2 offer like some of the most hardcore action that you can offer that you can find in that genre. So still, pick up that title. It's really It's still highly recommendable.
Oh, I also have a recommendation. Also,
All right.
like if you don't have a powerful PC, or if you do, I also recommend playing some old games, games that are like really fun to play, but are still playable, and things like Knights of the Old Republic, Sid's Pirates, Jade Empire. God, I'm forgetting another one. Fable, Lost Chapters. I mean, that's the best Fable game.
Would
Like-
you recommend all of that to the new PC gamer?
Yes, because they're old games. It doesn't require that.
Wait! How could we ever forget our game of the year last year, Guild Wars 2?
Guild Wars 2, yes, I was gonna say that. I was gonna.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Oh my God! That's like the best MMO in existence.
I know, and the
Oh,
community is
and,
pretty cool.
Okay,
thing
so
about-
my strongest recommendation is all the Sims games and Guild Wars 2. There,
Yeah.
I said it.
All right. This one is specifically for you, Gexup. What is it like working to be a cartoonist?
It is probably the busiest work I ever have to go through, because the school I'm going through, I'm not gonna tell you where the school is at, but it is probably one of the highest dropout rates in North America because the workload is incredibly insane because they're giving us all kinds of fields from animation, comic strips, comic books, digital animation, CGI animation, and all the rest. And what makes this school so incredibly busy is because, they're trying to get you prepared a really busy life. And, they said that, like, if you think this life is busy, just wait till you get the real job. That's when the shit really gets serious. Hearing from my school, it really got me nervous, but at the same time, I feel like I made more of an accomplishment than I ever did with any video game I've ever played. I just absolutely love the fact that, like, I'm able to create all the things that I always wanted to do on paper, make my own stories, have a good time while I'm just doing whatever I want to feel like doing. Yeah, being a cartoonist, it is definitely refreshing, but you need to take a lot of training to actually become better, because the last thing you want to do is to become as bad as Rob Liefeld. And we all know how much Amuia and I hate Rob Liefeld.
Ooh, the only man that for a while failed upward. And while I'm talking here, I just want to say that since he wants to keep it low, I won't say where he's going, but I've heard stories, and apparently some somewhat famous people have come from that school. But also, Gexup is one of the hardest working college students that I know.
Thanks, man, because you have no idea how busy the school is. Probably, you could I should have gone to a much easier school, but the reward won't be there, because we're talking about, like, if I'm lucky, I'll be happy to finally go to sleep at midnight, because most of the times I go to bed up to like 3 doing nonstop drawing.
That's one of the reasons why we haven't done as many podcasts lately, is because of his busy schedule.
Exactly.
And he's been so busy that he honestly forgot about some titles that came out this year already.
Yeah, I know. Raggedstar was laughing at the fact that I never knew that there was going to be a sequel for, like, multiple games that's coming out for E3. I know.
I wasn't laughing exactly.
Yeah, you were laughing at the fact that one of my favorite video game franchises is having its 4th sequel, Sims 4.
Oh. Wait, no, not Sims 4. I didn't even know Sims 4 was coming out.
All
I
right,
didn't
fine.
either. Oh, I think it might have been Injustice.
Oh God! I didn't know it just came out.
It came out a long time ago.
I know. Okay, but all right. To finish up his mail.
Want to apologize again for giving you guys stupid questions and giving too much of them. So sorry, Boochow guys. And Team McBee and Rags, of course. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Boochow!
Boochow!
Boochow.
Set of questions are from Red Frog Games.
Woo!
He wants to ask us about his second favorite genre in gaming, fighting games. All right.
But
Ooh.
unfortunately, the picture is not there.
Yeah, I was gonna point that out, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can't see the picture. Probably got removed from the website he took it from.
They don't like
Yeah.
hot looking sometimes.
Oh man. Well, next time can you give us a text about can you write down what was your favorite favorite fighting genre, whatever you're saying?
Fighting games?
He said that fighting games is his second favorite genre.
I just really want to see what picture did he post.
His
Or
the URL doesn't make any sense.
I know.
All right.
But anyway, let's go down to his questions.
All right. Question number 1. I think the image was from War of the Monster.
Oh, so this question was for that picture up there, right?
Yeah, and he's wondering
Oh,
if any of us has heard of it. I guess.
even though the URL is not there, we can't answer it. I'm sorry, man.
Well, I don't really
Never.
play fighting games, so.
Fighting games?
I like fighting games. I bought Injustice on day 1, and I've played it for several hours, but honestly, I hate to say this, I don't think I've heard of that game.
You know, I'm tied between one of the best Tekken games of the series, which I haven't told anybody yet, and I'm also tied with Killer Instinct. I haven't told anybody which one was my favorite version of the Killer Instinct. Oh man, the best Tekken game versus the best Killer Instinct game, or the best Soul Calibur game that we all played together. Right, Amuia and Highwings?
yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
You wanna-
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I feel like I
What
want
was
to
the
go back to
question?
play.
My internet's being wonky.
Oh
All
goodness. I remember those days, and how it's like then what made it more awesome was that Star Wars characters were like guest starring in them. Like, oh my god, that's awesome. Like,
Amuia, we were talking about the Soul Calibur 4.
I mean, it was
Okay, that
it's
was
the only-
good memories, but
the only like Star Wars like collaboration I thought was awesome.
Okay, next question.
Which do you prefer? 3D split screen fighting, like War of the Monsters, 2D fighting, like Mortal Kombat 9, 3D fighting 360 degrees, like Mortal Kombat Armageddon, Deception versus DC Universe, and Soul Calibur 5.
I prefer 2D. Like, if it's like 3D, to me it gets confusing and disorienting, and I don't know. It makes it a little bit confusing.
I'm pretty surprised to hear you say that because you whipped all of our asses in Soul Calibur 4.
Yeah, that is.
yes, you
true.
did.
Well, I mean, 3D
Feel it,
is alright.
feel it.
Well,
Okay.
I already discussed about fighting games in my video game genre videos called video game genres fighting games. I can see where he's coming from when he's asking us which one do we prefer, but what would Raggedstar and CGF answer this one?
I don't play fighting games. It's for you guys, so.
All right.
Yeah, well-
How about you, CGF?
And Melee.
But, well, I haven't played that many fighting games other than Street Fighter 2, PlayStation All-Stars, Super Smash Brothers, and Tekken and Soul Calibur. I guess I would go with 2D fighting.
I'm going to go with the 3D fighting games just because I absolutely love rotating around. Plus, the best part ever, ring out!
Right, okay, I must admit that is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I know.
I will say my answer, I think I've answered this before, honestly. It depends on the game, because I like fighting games, and I like all types, so it all depends. But I will say lately I have been liking more the 3D 360.
Okay. Wow, we never had this many fighting game questions ever, but okay, next question.
Last question. Which of the series do you prefer overall? Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, or Street Fighter?
I like Mortal Kombat. I mean, it's the closest thing to one of my favorite games, which is like Dead or Alive. That's about it.
You and your dad are alive.
I don't know, Mortal Kombat and what? I don't know, Street Fighter. Street Fighter's okay.
Seriously, just answer the third question. Which one? Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, or Street Fighter?
Okay, I'll go with Mortal Kombat.
Get over here!
Yeah, this reminds me of us going to get something to eat at the food court that one time.
Oh no! Please don't remind me.
It wasn't too bad. I'm more.
Dude, you got a freaking crowd waiting for their order for Taco Bell.
That was one time, and it was quite overwhelming. Like everything looked the same, and I don't.
Dude, you got jealous of the fact that you got a bean burrito while I ordered a Mexican pizza.
I don't know. I wanted to find something that was going to fill me up because, like, you eat the taco and you're still hungry afterwards.
Anyway, I should not have brought that up. I will answer here.
All right.
Honestly, I like Street Fighter. I grew up with it. It's a special place for me. But gun to the head, Mortal Kombat.
Isn't it obvious? Killer Instinct. For me.
Oh my god! Now I actually remember what Killer Instinct was. Can I change my answer?
Ultra Combo.
Ultra Combo. I'm a big fan of that ninja guy that takes out the dragon from his hand and burns that other person. Okay.
Man.
Yeah, N64. I changed my answer. I like Killer Instinct. It's awesome.
Let's see. I've never played any of the Killer Instinct games. Bummer. I've played Mortal Kombat 2 and 9, but I guess I'll go with Street Fighter.
No, that's a good pick. So, Raggedstar, even though you're not a fighting game fan, which of the series do you prefer?
I don't pay attention to either. Then why are you asking me?
If you had a gun to your head, you have to choose one. What is it?
I guess Killer Instinct has the better name there.
All right. Okay, let's fin.
Good answer.
I guess it's more nostalgic. You might like it, the Killer Instinct.
Well, it's also made by Rare, so.
Oh.
Okay, so CGF, read off the rest of this mail.
Also, I can never have enough podcasts, guys. Love listening to these while working on Gex4. Smile emoticon.
Everybody, just a reminder that this is a member of our forums that's actually working on Gex4. Go ahead and take a look at his progress, and you can see his enemy designs, and it's just mesmerizing to look at.
That's so cool.
He's really working on Gex4. I mean, like, really, I'm supporting him all the way.
Did we ever Boochow Red Frog?
Oh, Red Frog! We just read your mail. Boochow!
Boochow!
Okay, CGF, is this your question? Did you give us a question? All right, what was your question, buddy?
Here's my question. Do you complete games 100%?
Usually.
Actually,
yeah.
I only do that with 3D platformers because I'm a huge fan of 3D platformers, and I only did that once in Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid, I used to get too bored and not want to do it, but sometimes, lately, as an adult, if I really like a game, I'll sometimes, like, after I'm done beating the story, go back and try to get some of the trophies while listening to music. Best case for that was Arkham City. For some reason, I did not want to give up getting all the riddles.
Nice. CGF, I completed I completed Jack and Dexter: The Precursor Legacy. I also completed everything from Jak 3, even though like getting the precursor orbs were hard as hell, but I still not finished collecting everything in Jak 2 just because.
I did.
Yeah, you.
Wait. You collected everything in Jak 3?
Yeah.
You deserve a medal. I can
Really?
I can never accomplish that. I mean, I've completed the first game 100%. I can do that with my hand tied behind my back. But Jak 2 and 3, I can never accomplish. Gee.
I can't do it on Jak 2, but for some reason I can do it with Jak 3 because here's the thing about Jak 2. like the precursor ores, right? The precursor ore challenges. They don't give you enough time when you're trying to find it.
There are a few guides out there right now, but I do agree they don't give you enough time. It's really close with some of them.
Oh man, all of them were control throwing moments that I keep having over and over again.
Well, there's also the other challenges, like that race against Errol. Holy shit!
Oh!
Before my hard drive crashed last year, I beat that race at 2 minutes and 2 seconds, which is the fastest I've ever seen. I had to do it again on my platinuming run this year. I did that, and that was, I didn't get that good, but it was definitely a really hard race, and the race is pretty much broken. So.
Oh yeah.
I am not a big fan of gold medal challenges, except for Gravity Rush, but just the racing challenges made me give up trying to collect all the orbs in Jak 2.
Really?
To do Jak 3.
Yeah.
In Jak 2, I can't do it. But the reason why I could do it in Jak 3 is because there's one thing that Naughty Dog did. They gave you like 10 more seconds than the actual time of going to that destination. I mean, like, if you could spare like 10 more seconds, I can actually reach to each of those, darn challenges.
Seconds, maybe 3 seconds.
Right.
That's all I ask.
Holy moly.
Well, CJF, do you also consider, getting all the trophies and achievements from Xbox and PlayStation 3 accounts?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I'm a completionist myself with certain games.
Yeah, because the only game that I got all the trophies was Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal.
Really?
Oh my.
Yeah, it was worth it because that's a game that I still say that is the best PlayStation 3 game I've ever played, and it's still and it was so good that it was worth coming back and trying to accomplish all those achievements.
I had more glitches in that game than Skyrim.
Everything to you is a glitch.
Surprise!
That's impossible. How do you get more glitches in that game than Skyrim?
That's
I
a
don't know.
big statement.
Video games must really hate you, Raggedstar.
Maybe, I don't know.
Granted.
I did platinum that game, but since my hard drive crashed, for some reason it didn't submit it to PSN. So some of my trophies for Ratchet and Clank 2 and 3 didn't process. So technically it says that
No, I'm not saying Ratchet and Clank Collection. I'm talking about Up Your Arse. Not Up Your. No, darn it. It's a Crack in Time. Damn it! Why did I say Up Your Arsenal?
Oh.
Crack in Time. Okay, good. I support you then. There.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Good, because
I haven't played. I haven't played enough of Ratchet and Clank Collection that much. I mean, I only finished the trilogy. That was it.
Okay, good. A Crack in Time. Good.
Okay, a Crack in Time.
What are your guys' opinions about games like Fallout 3 or some of the Final Fantasies, where you have to do 100% to get the true ending?
Hate it.
Oh,
I hate it.
There's one game that's similar to that. Sly Cooper Thieves in Time.
Yeah.
Really?
It is. But at least it's not too bad. Like, some of the mini games are hard, but it's not that demanding.
At least that's going to be one playthrough I'm going to play, because I'm soon going to play Sly Thieves in Time, because I did come back in Japan. I got all these games I want to finish, and as soon as I'm finished with BioShock Infinite, I'm going to go straight for Sly Thieves in Time. But man, you need a 100% completion to get a true ending?
Yeah. Well, it's just an extra cutscene.
It's not as hard, is it?
No. Well, you get a special tool to help you find clue bottles, and there are a lot of good guides online if you need.
Oh my God! Is it the clue bottles like Sly 2?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, thank you. I hate those clue bottles in Sly 2.
I hate it when people say that Sly 2 is the best when they it's one of the Sly games that has the most flaws.
Hey,
look, case in point, the clue bottles. It's just like, why did you put that in there? I mean, like, just make only a few clue bottles. You don't have to put one in every single spread out world, and it makes it so difficult to find every single one of them. I don't know how to say it, but finding the clue bottles is a lot harder than finding the precursor orbs in Jak and Daxter, but not as hard as Jak 2 and 3.
It's because the blue bottles in Sly 2 have less direction than the orbs in Jak and Daxter.
But still, I really like number 2.
We put a lot of conversation on just one question.
Well, there's only 3 questions left.
Yes, I've been waiting for this. I just read my own mail. Boochow.
Boochow!
Boochow.
All right, now the last 3 questions. Highwings, are you still there?
He didn't need BRB.
Oh, okay. All right, now the final 3 questions, and it is,
You're a friendly freakazoid.
AKA M Cooper 2200.
Yeah. All right. Question 1. What were your opinions on the Xbox One reveal presentation and/or the next-gen consoles in general?
Well, we already expressed our opinions on the Xbox One in the beginning of this episode, and plus we made a huge conversation on the last video game topic on the last episode. So go ahead and take a look at it.
All right, but for fairness' sake, when we talked about it today, the Xbox One, neither Rags nor CGF were there. So you want to get their opinions?
Yeah.
Well, with the Xbox One, I pretty much am all around offended by it. The only thing I really liked about it or found neat was that thing, the dog. That's pretty much the only interesting thing that was there. As for like PS4 or something, then it was just kind of meh. So it's kind of one of those things you have to wait for E3. And considering that the only way that it's going to tempt me to get a PS4 day one is if The Last Guardian comes and it's in glowing radiance, which it might be. So,
And,
yeah.
And just to let everyone know, because I didn't mention this earlier, but that dog actually has a Twitter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where do I begin? Say you want to borrow an Xbox One game for a friend, and in order to use that game on your console, you have to pay a fee. Are you serious?
I know, man.
They've been
to me
in their mind
that's
how they're going.
That's one of the predictions we made on the last episode before Xbox One was even announced. And guess what? I called it. I called it. I just couldn't believe it.
I hate to say it, but it looks like people like GameFly are screwed.
Yeah, I know. Because they're one of those, those places that are made for, promoting used games. But still, it's still terrible the fact that like used games are trying to scrap it away because they know that the profit on used games is not going directly to that market. So they're really are incredibly greedy for money. It's just like, why can't you just have one customer that made an honest pay and then just be happy with it? It seems like no. Even the people who are still paying for the used games, they're not appreciating all of our hard work with the money we deserved and shit. Oh, come on. Seriously, it just doesn't make any sense. It's already bad enough that GameSpy has stopped selling GameCube, PlayStation 2 and Xbox games, but now they're trying to. It's not like what are they? What's going to happen to them when the Xbox One finally arrives? They're really going to lose a lot of money because nobody's going to be buying their used games there.
Yes, and we've already talked at length about that. So, CG, you have anything else today?
I am not looking forward to the Xbox One. Besides, I've always been a PlayStation gamer, so at least the PS4 is pretty promising.
Yeah, and I think I can safely say that out of the 5 of us, none of us are looking forward to the Xbox One.
Exactly. All right, next question.
All right. What are your opinions on the Dragon Ball Z games, like Legacy of Goku Budokai 1 through 3, etc.
The series has a lot of ups and downs because sometimes you can get something as awesome as the Budokai series, and then sometimes you can get something as awful as
Connect.
Yes.
This pisses me off because I hate to say this, but Dragon Ball Z is probably my favorite anime. I've rented a couple of the Budokai. They're pretty good, but why the hell have we not had something like Mortal Kombat yet? I would be
Wait a minute.
ecstatic.
You're asking for fatality in Dragon Ball?
No. I mean something like someone like NetherRealms making a Dragon Ball Z game. Because I like the Budokai series, but it just became repetitive after a while. Someone needs to interject some new levity, and I don't mean Dragon Ball Connect. Yeah, I can get very heated about Dragon Ball. Sorry.
I've only played Budokai 1 and 3, and I enjoy them.
And I'm guessing Raggedstar doesn't care for it.
No, I don't.
Of course, they're fighting games.
I don't even care much for Dragon Ball Z in general, so.
It's fine, to each his own.
Yeah.
We are on the final question on this mailbag segment.
Woo!
Alright, here's the big one, I hope. What were the first games that ever disappointed you? His being Crash of the Titans.
The first game that ever disappointed me. Oh, I could probably answer this one. Sonic Jam? Because, this was the first time that, everybody was so hyped up for a Sonic 3D game. And the Sega Saturn was released, and it looked like this was a promising console that will bring a Sonic 3D game. And guess what? We never had a Sonic 3D game for the Sega Saturn. And you know what Sonic Jam is? It's just a collection game of the previous Sega, Sonic Genesis games. All it is the only thing that you have in 3D was Sonic in this whole world, and all you do is walk up to one of the games that you want to play, and then that's it. There's no speed, there's no challenges, and there's no levels to go through. That's the reason why it was earliest memory of a game that I was clearly disappointed. How about the rest of you guys?
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, for me, honestly, I was a subscriber for a long time growing up to both the PlayStation magazine and Nintendo Power. So when there was a disappointing game, I already read about it and avoided it. But the first, really, truly disappointing game, hate to say it, because I'm going to sound like an old record here, Spray.
Wow! You really are generous with every other game before Spray came along.
Well, like I said, I avoided the ones that were disappointing. I stopped, because I heard bad things, I stopped when, Crash and Spyro, their initial companies, I stopped playing because I read that they were awful, so I stopped playing.
Wow. Because, you've been gaming since way before, for a long time, and it's up till a 2008 game that actually disappointed you?
Also,
yeah, you did say you read magazines about reviews and stuff.
Well, also, I told Rags this when we were off mic, but for the longest time, I hate to admit this, I was only into licensed games for the PlayStation 1.
Oh, okay. Hey, how about you, Highwings? What's the first ever disappointed game? Okay, the first game that ever disappointed you.
Oh, straight up, Knights of the Old Republic 2. They're changed by another company. They're being made by Obsidian Entertainment. They rushed a half-assed game. It was the first time I ever experienced a game that was not finished. And what's worse, it was on the console. So any hopes of fixing it was thrown out the window. Anybody who still wants to play that game and have it not be broken on the PC. The scenes for the setting was not exotic or new or engaging. Unlike Knights of the Old Republic 1, everything is pretty much dark, dim, and in a very static, dull, pale. I spent most of my time in an ugly space station, and on top of that, the glitches were terrible. Like,
wow.
you couldn't, if you didn't do the game in a certain way, you could never gain a follower, like this blind Jedi girl. Or when you give yourself up to the Jedi Council as a sacrifice, when you're about to die, everyone else dies automatically, and you don't know why. I was wondering, like, whoa, what happened here? It's like they were standing up, and suddenly they're down on the ground. Then it cuts to a scene of your mentor supposedly killing them, and just one glitch after the other, and it just turned out the game wasn't worth it. All right, sorry.
I was just gonna say, see, Gex, I'm not the only one that's disappointed until later in life. And also, really quickly, let me add to this. You're talking about disappointing games to the guy who actually liked Mort the Chicken.
Mort the Chicken wasn't that bad.
I know, but I liked games like that, so it took something like Spray to truly disappoint me.
Would you say disappointing as in, like, I didn't mind it, but I realized how bad it was, or I was immediately disappointed after first playing?
Yeah, the last one.
Okay. Here's a more... This is a game I recently played, like, a couple months ago. Devil May Cry 2.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
Yeah, I mean, I played it out of curiosity, and I thought there would be some redeeming qualities, and then I just realized it's boring as heck. Gee.
I can feel your pain, buddy, because everybody I know that's a Devil May Cry fan, they despise 2 to all hell.
Oh yeah.
Like, it wasn't exciting. The boss fights were lazy and pathetic.
And what about the difficulty?
It was pitifully easy.
Oh wow.
I mean, not being too big a fan of the first game. I haven't played the later ones. I did praise the difficulty for having me come back to try and beat it, with making little progress as I go. But this, I beat it within like a day. Well, Dante's story at least.
I'm like, damn, you beat it in a day. Alright, how about you, Raggedstar? What was the very first game that disappointed you?
As regarding very first, that would probably be Fantasia for the Sega Genesis. Because there's only...
Oh, wow. There was a Fantasia game?
Yeah, that's the reason why you don't know about it, because it sucked. And my copy was bad, and it barely worked, so why bother?
Oh, wow. I never knew that there was a Fantasia game.
Yeah.
Like, no one knew that there was a...
What is it?
It's a platformer. There's 4 levels. I don't think there's any bosses. They're basically pictured from just your basic platformer from that uses levels based off of the works. So you would have like the broomstick, the brooms carrying the water, and then I think there was one with the Dance of the Hours, I think, with the crocodiles and stuff. But it wasn't anything special, and it is one of my favorite movies, so... I remember. You'll probably go into a very long tangent, but I do remember of something that I was actively offended by in a video game.
Okay.
In it, there was a scene. It's a very famous scene, and if I say the name, you'll probably know what it is anyways. It's Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh, yeah.
Considering I'm not offended by Duke Nukem 3D, yeah, Duke Nukem Forever actually offended me. There we go. I got my answer from like an hour ago.
All right.
And to tie it all in, it was also very disappointing for Duke Nukem fans.
So you brought in another question in.
All right, your friendly freakazoid. We just read your mail. Boochow.
Boochow. Boochow?
Boochow.
Is Highwings back?
No, I just did that for Highwings.
Oh, well, unfortunately, Highwings had to step out. We are finally at the end of this episode. So, everybody, thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Boochow Radio Podcast.
You're welcome.
Alright, so on the next episode of the Boochow Radio Podcast, we're gonna go through the E3 releases. So stay tuned for the next episode of the Boochow Radio Podcast. Boochow.
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 Ragged.
Raggedstar.
At least say bye.
Okay, bye. I was waiting for everyone else.
Well, since it's his fault for not making it to the end of the episode, see you next time, everybody.
Wait, Gexup! I didn't get to say Boochow! What? 1 second. Boochow!
Time after time, that's how it will be. Just you and me.